Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I wish you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. So, it's going study. I think it is also going well, and I wish you are fasting also and asking mercy from Almighty Allah. So, you're passing a very crucial time, but we should cope up with the things. Show must go on. We should not be disturbed. We should not be panicked. We should handle everything with much courage and mental strength. Then we'll be able to overcome the current situation. Hopefully, good days ahead. We'll be able to meet you face to face in the college campus. We're eagerly waiting to see you there. But still, as we are not getting that chance right now, so we can connect, we can interact with multiple contents of study that you have in your syllabus. So this is the actually blessings of modern science or technology through which we can connect. We upload our lectures and you can see, you can interact, you can tell about your problems. So today we will discuss, as you see, the rules of punctuation. Actually, in English grammar, two segments are combined together and its title is capitalization and punctuation. So one by one we'll discuss. First we will discuss the rules of punctuation, to the punctuation marks. So you answer, or you have a question in your script, you to answer this, and there are some jumbled sentences or sentences without any punctuation marks. You to correct this, but actually this is not only for exam. In our real life also it is very important, because we to write many article, many writing options, and many we to communicate with other people. That bit we make frequent mistake with this. See, if we get the excellence over this, then we'll be able to write standard writings. We can communicate with the other without any error, and to help you to enhance your skills in English. So let's start. So around 7 or 8 punctuation marks are important for your exam or for frequent writing. We'll see a couple of those today. First one, it says the full stop or period, and you see here the full stop sign is very known to us. So actually it indicates ending of a sentence or expression. So when it is used, here it says most commonly divides sentence from sentence, means when a complete thought is expressed, when a full form sentence is finished, then this sign is used. So put a full stop here at the end of a sentence. For example, I am going to cinema tonight. So it's a complete expression, so it gets the title of a full sentence. So you do put full stop here. The movie begins at 9. Would you like to come with me? But here it is question. So full stop is replaced by a question mark at the end of a question. Similarly, exclamation marks ends an exclamation. So this is the first one. When a complete sentence ends, that bit we to put full stop. Next it says put a full stop after most abbreviations. So sometimes we write things in short and brief. That bit we to put full stop also, like Mr. Wood, Miss Moore, number 12, M, honor, FCPS, this much. So you see that FCPS, FRCS, this much. After each letter full stop is used, but it is an elaboration. So like here Mr. Wood, so it is actually Mr., but here it is only MR says, it's elaboration, abbreviation, it has an elaboration. So second rule says that we must we to put full stop after abbreviation. But in some cases there are some abbreviations without any break or without any distance. That bit you are not to put, like FBI, NBC, JFK, this much. Next, put a period inside quotation mark, means when we learnt it in direct speech, whenever we discuss narration, when a person's speech is finished and repeating verbs at the very beginning, that bit we to put a full stop inside the quotation mark. So that's all these rules for full stop. So for 3 rules. first after a complete sentence, second one after abbreviations, and third one after sentence inside quotation mark. That's all. Now it comes comma. So whenever the sense demands that the reader or speaker should make a slight pause, a comma should be used. Means you to take a little break, but in full stop you are stopped fully, your expression is finished or your thought is expressed, then written we put full stop, means we are done, we are stopped. But whenever you need to take a break for a little or a slight pause, that written we use comma. Apart from this, there are some other common uses, like to separate items in a list. So it is used to make pause. So in some there are some other perspective where we can use, or we can we to put comma. What are these? Number one, to separate items, like you see the example, we bought some shoes, gloves, a jersey, handkerchiefs and a scarf. So here so far 4 or 5 items. So if you do not put comma here, things will be jumbled and they will not be able to separate. So these words actually stand, they have stand. So to express their individuality, you have to put comma. Then to separate adjectives or adverbs when several are used. So it's like the earlier, there are all the items, but here we to separate adjectives or adverbs. Like the children are noisy, mischievous, inquisitive, unruly, altogether something of a nuisance. So other examples, so you see that these are adjective: noisy, mischievous, inquisitive, unruly. These are the adjectives. So if you want to separate this, so we to put comma. Then it says to separate parts of date and address. This is the, notice this, as I said that punctuation marks or capitalization, it is not for only for exam. In our real life we see multiple use of it. So here you see we write down dates everywhere, so and we make mistake there. So if you notice this how it is written, so after to separate date and address or day, so we to put comma also. And the one use a comma to separate introductory phrases and clauses from independent clause, particularly if the phrase clause is long. So if you find 2 or more clauses somewhere, so you to separate this or to take a pause. So in this case comma is used. Another one, in pairs to enclose words in apposition versus follows a noun. To tell you more about it, we learned it in we find it in modifiers. Their apposition means you are adding additional information about the nouns. In this case, if you wanted to add additional information, you to put comma. Next, rule 6 says in pairs to enclose words or phrases like however, well, by the way, to speak plainly. So you to sometimes draw attention of speakers to our narration listeners. So in this case you to take comma. Last one, to separate and enclose names of people being spoken to. So you see an example: please brother, will you help me, try to do it right now, thank you sir. So you see the salutations here, name of the people. So you to separate this using comma. Next it comes to separate words spoken as direct speech. Here you see that, so inverted comma is put or used to separate direct speech. In letters, after dear sir, dear Mr. John, it means after salutation we put comma. In all other cases, to separate parts of sentence wherever a slight pause seems desirable. So apart from this, whenever you find that a pause is needed, that button we to put comma. These are the two prominent use of punctuation mark, full stop and comma. Now we will start, or we will go through the other things. Like, thank you so much for watching or listening. Keep watching. We'll go start the next part right now. Thank you.